All right, let's get right into it. This whole story really kicks off with two of the absolute biggest names in technology, Sam Altman and Elon Musk. But trust me, their falling out is so much more than just some billionaire drama. It's really a battle over a technology so powerful it could redefine our future and maybe, just maybe, the future of humanity itself.
So get this. That's a direct quote from the CEO of OpenAI, Sam Altman. In a recent interview, he was asked what was more unlikely, the world's biggest chipmaker getting dethroned or him and Elon Musk becoming buddies again. And his answer was, wow, shockingly blunt. He chose the friendship.
Now, that line might have gotten a laugh in the room, but it actually points to something much, much deeper. This very public, very personal feud is our window into a fundamental disagreement with incredibly high stakes. How should we build and, more importantly, control artificial intelligence?
To really understand why they've gotten to this point, we need to rewind. We've got to go back to the very beginning, to the founding of OpenAI and the vision that, believe it or not, they once shared.
This right here was the original promise. OpenAI was created as a nonprofit with a super clear goal: build the most powerful AI you can imagine, for the good of all humanity, not for profit. And here's the crucial part to remember. Elon Musk wasn't some outsider. No, he was a co-founder, totally instrumental to this very mission. And this really gets to the absolute heart of Musk's lawsuit. He's alleging that OpenAI, under Altman, completely betrayed its founding mission. That instead of being a nonprofit serving humanity, he claims it's basically become a for-profit arm of its corporate partner, Microsoft, prioritizing shareholder returns over the safety and benefit of all of us.
Yeah, and this isn't some minor dispute either. Musk is reportedly seeking damages up to $134 billion for what he calls OpenAI's wrongful gains. That term basically implies he believes all the profit they've generated with this new for-profit structure is fundamentally illegitimate, a direct violation of the agreement they all made at the start.
So this brings up the real question here, doesn't it? This isn't just about egos or even money, really. What kind of technology is so powerful, so revolutionary, that it can spark a legal and personal war of this magnitude? Well, the answer lies in the almost unbelievable speed of AI's development. You see, the technology at the heart of this whole conflict isn't just improving, it's accelerating at a pace that has stunned even the people who created it.
Altman himself laid out this incredible timeline. Just think about this. A few years back, AI couldn't really handle grade school math. Then, about a year ago, it mastered high school level problems. By last summer, it was competing in the world's toughest math Olympiads. And today, it's tackling research problems that have stumped human mathematicians for decades.
And to put that into perspective, mathematicians recently tested a new AI model with 10 unsolved, research-level problems. These are questions with no known answer. The AI solved 7 of them. 7! That's 7 brand new mathematical proofs generated by a machine. It's just wild.
This quote from Altman just captures the shift perfectly. In the span of about a year, this technology went from being like a smart student to being a research partner, actively expanding what humanity knows. And you gotta understand, this revolution isn't just happening in one field. In programming, for example, we've jumped from AI that could maybe suggest the next line of code to systems that can build an entire application just from you describing the idea. That is the kind of leap we are talking about. So, this all leads to the most important question, right? With technology this powerful and moving this fast, what does it all mean for us, for you and me? How can we possibly prepare for a future that seems to be arriving way sooner than anyone expected? According to Sam Altman, this is the question he gets constantly. It's the question on every parent's mind, on every professional's mind. What skills are actually going to matter in a world where AI can do so much? Altman's advice is surprisingly straightforward. Stop trying to predict the specific jobs of the future. He compares it to the Industrial Revolution. Nobody back then could have imagined a career like AI ethicist or, his own example, YouTube influencer. History shows that we are, as he puts it, shockingly wrong when we try to guess. So, if we can't predict the jobs, what should we focus on? Well, Altman argues for these timeless, foundational skills. Things like resilience and adaptability, of course, but also things like getting really fluent with AI tools, figuring out what people truly need, and just collaborating effectively. The skills that remain deeply human. And that right there, that is the key takeaway. The future isn't about being better than a computer at doing computer stuff. It's about developing the skills that work with AI, things like creativity,
collaboration, and critical thinking to do things that neither a human nor a machine could ever do alone.
Which really leaves us with one final thought to chew on. If the single most important skill for all of us is our ability to adapt, what old ideas or assumptions about careers and learning do we need to let go of first?